Hello students, in the previous class we have talked about principles of prevention. Under that topic we have discussed about what are the general ways by which we can prevent the disease. So we have seen there are two general ways by which we can prevent the disease. The first one is actually preventing exposure. So we have seen how can we prevent exposure to the different types of diseases. Okay, and then we have discussed about another way of preventing the disease is by having a good nutrition. So if we have a good nutrition, good nourishment, we can easily prevent the disease. Our body will have energy, and that energy will be given to the immunity so that the immunity can fight with the disease causing microbes. Now in today's class we are going to study about the specific ways. How can we target a specific microbe, how can we target a specific disease causing microbe so that it will not cause disease in our body. And we have already seen that why prevention is better than cure, because even if we get the best treatment there are certain limitations. So we have seen three limitations in the previous class. So the first one was that even if you get a proper disease then also you will be bedridden. If you even if you get the proper treatment then also you will be bedridden. If you get a proper treatment then also you may become the source of infecting the or transmitting or spreading the microbe. Or and the third one is that even if you get the proper treatment and if the disease causing microbe go away from your body then also you may never recover completely. So these were the three limitations. So let us now discuss the specific ways. So here in the question is asked, there are the general ways of preventing the diseases or preventing the infections. What are the specific ways? So today in this class we are going to discuss about the specific way. Now here it is written as, if you can read page number 185 and underline also, they relate to a peculiar property of the immune system that usually fights off microbial infections. Okay, so this is a property, a special, peculiar means a special type of property of immune system is there that is fighting with the microbial infections or the microbes. So what is the property of our body? Let us try to understand this. So the topic of today's class is specific ways of preventing the disease. So we are going to study about the specific ways. How can we prevent the disease specifically? Okay. So the first thing is that what is written here in the NCERT, there is a property of the immune system. There is a peculiar property of the immune system that usually fights off microbial infections. So what is that peculiar property? Okay, suppose we get a disease. Suppose we get any infection in body. The infection in the body means the disease is present, the disease causing microbe is present in our body. Okay, suppose we have an infection, it means that disease causing microbe is present in the body. It means that body is exposed to that microbe. Okay, so in other words we can say body is exposed to the microbe. Body is exposed to the microbe. Okay, so our body is exposed to the microbe. So our body has a special property of remembering the microbe. Okay, so a particular microbe has entered in our body, and then body is exposed to the microbe, and the immunity will fight with the microbe So if the immunity is fighting with the microbe, and then what will happen? The disease will go away after some days, but it will cause a lot of problems. The immunity will fight with the microbe and remembers it. So that is the important property. Body is remembering that microbe. So immunity will fight with the microbe and remembers it. And then this is the first encounter. This is the first time the microbe has entered the body. So we have suppose we have any infection for the first time in our body, and the microbe has entered in our body, and our body is exposed to the microbe, then the body will fight with the microbe, or the immunity or the immune system of the body will fight with the microbe and remembers it specifically. Okay, so it remembers it specifically means a particular type of antibodies are produced against that microbe, and those antibodies will be stored in our body for future use. If the same microbe attacks our body next time, then these antibodies which are stored there will be used to fight with that microbe. So remembers it specifically means, how does the body remembers it specifically? By producing antibodies. So our body or immune system is producing antibodies, and these are stored as memory cells. These antibodies are stored as memory cells. So these antibodies are now stored in our body as memory cells. Okay, so these antibodies are stored, and when the same microbe comes next time, that is the second encounter. So when the microbe comes in our body second time, then these memory cells quickly divide. Okay, so these antibodies are stored in the form of memory cells. Why? Because these antibodies are produced by a type of cell which we call as lymphocytes. Okay, so there are lymphocytes are the type of white blood cells which produce antibodies. So basically, if we talk about lymphocyte, there are two types of lymphocytes are there, B and T lymphocytes. So B lymphocytes produce antibodies. So these cells are stored in the form of memory cells, and quickly what they will do, they will quickly divide and produce antibody, and will kill the microbe, before it does any problem in our body, before it does any destruction in our body. So the microbe will be killed, and this second encounter will be highly vigorous means fast. Okay, because already we have antibodies stored in our body against that microbe. So I hope you have understood that what is a specific way. Now how do we use it? The second problem is, or the another problem is, we cannot allow any microbe to come in our body and cause a disease, because some microbes are deadly, and then if they sometime our body cannot fight with that microbe and will get rid of the microbe, and the microbe can kill us also. So we cannot allow every time to get attacked by a healthy microbe. So our body will not accept, means will not be able to survive. Sometimes we can survive, but sometimes we cannot survive. So there are many dangerous disease causing microbes, and we will not allow every microbe to attack in our body and cause the memory. Okay, so what we do then, we use dead or weakened microbes. Okay, and that preparation is called as vaccine. Okay, so vaccine is a vaccine is not a medicine. You should know about that. Vaccine is not any medicine. Medicines are given for the treatment. Vaccine is given for prevention. So there is a difference between prevention and treatment. Treatment is given when you get the disease. After you catch the microbe, then that time you get the treatment. Vaccine is given before you catch the disease. Okay, so vaccine is a preparation which contains dead or weakened microbes. So this is a more safer way to develop memory in our body. Okay, so when vaccines are injected, they contain dead or weakened microbes. So dead or weak microbe will not cause the disease. Why we use the vaccine? Because these microbes will not cause the disease. So our body can easily fight with these dead or weakened microbes. So the immunity, let me write here, the immunity of the body can easily kill the dead or weak microbe present in the vaccine. Okay, so the vaccine will have dead or weak microbes. They will not cause any disease, but our body can easily fight with that microbe and kill that microbe. And one more important thing is happening, and the memory against that microbe develops. So the memory against that microbe is developed in our body in the form of the memory cells. Okay, that I have already told you. And then when the healthy microbe comes second encounter, so second encounter will be with the healthy microbe. Suppose we encounter uh, we encounter a microbe second time, the same microbe, the dead or weakened microbe, we it comes in our body second time as a healthy microbe, as a healthy microbe. Okay, so if the same microbe comes in our body as a healthy microbe, then our body already has the memory against it. So what will it do? What will our body do? Before this microbe does any destruction in our body, the antibodies will fight with that microbe, or the memory cells will fight with that microbe and kill it before it cause any problem in our body. That is very important. That is the importance of vaccination. That is why we are developing vaccines. Okay, so that we can prevent that particular microbe, or similar to that microbe having the similar biochemical characteristics. Those microbes have similar vaccines. Okay, so second encounter will be with a healthy microbe, but already our body have an immunity against it in the form of memory. So the immunity will fight with the microbe vigorously. Vigorously means very fastly, and kill it before it does any disease. So I hope you have understood that why vaccination is important. So let us see what is given here in the NCERT. Okay, so there is an example given here. So let us first understand the example. or and then we will see what is given here, or we will see the examples afterwards. Okay, so let us see what is given here. So what is given here, what is the basis of this thing, memory? This happens when the immune system first sees an infectious microbe, means when the microbe enters in our body for the first time, it responds against it and then remembers it specifically. I told you, so body is fighting with that microbe and then remembering it. So if the next time that particular microbe or its closer relative enter the body, the immune system fight with even with greater vigor. Greater vigor means greater force. So this eliminates the infection even before quickly than the first time around. This is the basic principle of immunization. This is how we can make our immunity stronger. So let us see an example here from the Second World War. Okay. So these days there is no smallpox anywhere, but as recently as 100 years ago, smallpox epidemic was there. So epidemic means disease spreading over a large area is called as epidemic, and if the disease spread over worldwide, that is called as pandemic. That is, we all are having now pandemic. COVID-19 has caused pandemic, means the disease which has spread over a very large area, means over the world, every country is affected. Epidemic means related to a smaller place. Okay. So in such an epidemic, people used to be very afraid of coming near someone suffering from the disease. But there are one group of people who did not have this fear. These people would provide nursing care for the victims of smallpox. Now these people were not afraid of that disease. Why? Let us see the reason. This was a group of people who had smallpox earlier and survived. It means they got that disease and they survived. How they survived? Their immunity fought with that disease and they survived. And because now they have survived, it means they have memory of that disease. So they have already produced antibodies of that disease. Okay, and when next time if a smallpox virus comes into their body, what will happen? Even before smallpox will cause any disease in their body or any destruction in their body, their immunity will easily kill that microbe. Okay, although with lot of scaring. In other words, if you had smallpox once, there was no chance of having it twice. Okay, having it again. Why? Because the body is having immunity, that we have already seen. Okay, you can read this story of Edward Jenner, that is the first vaccine. How the first vaccine is discovered from cowpox virus. That is why the name is given as vaccine. Vaccine is a word coming from word vacca. Vacca means cow in Latin. So you can read this yellow box. This is a very interesting story about the discovery of the vaccine. So by using a vaccine is a preparation contain dead or weakened microbes. So as a general principle, we can fool the immune system. So basically we are fooling our immune system by putting something similar to the microbe, similar to the infecting microbe, but it is not actually causing the infection system into developing a memory for a particular infection. So our main aim, the main aim of vaccination or immunization is to develop the memory against that particular virus or bacteria. So by putting something that mimics the microbe, what is that? That is mimicking the microbe, means it is not actually a healthy microbe, it is a weak microbe. So we want to vaccinate against into the body. This does not actually cause the disease, but this would prevent any subsequent exposure. Subsequent means future exposure, second encounters, third encounter, many encounters are there. Okay, to the infecting microbe from turning into actual disease. So many such vaccines are now available for preventing a whole range of infectious diseases. Okay, so you can underline the names of these vaccines are for tetanus, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles, polio, and these form the public health program of childhood immunization for preventing infectious disease. Now if you ask your parents, you all have the immunization or vaccination chart with you, where you are vaccinated since you are born. From the day one you are vaccinated, and then many of the vaccines have been given to you, many of the normal vaccines have been given to you, and polio vaccine is there, smallpox, chickenpox, okay, BCG, all these are different vaccines which have been given to you from your childhood, and that is why you are prevented from all these diseases. Of course, such a program can be useful only if such health measures are available to all children. So, can you think of reasons why this should be so? Because all of them are not aware vaccines are costly. That is why many of the vaccines which prevent many of the dangerous disease are free by the government. So, if you want, you can get it freely by the government. So, some hepatitis virus which cause jaundice are transmitted through water. So, if we take the virus through the water and if we drink that water, there is a vaccine for one of them, hepatitis A. Suppose we are drinking that water having that virus of hepatitis A, but so the question is they are asking, but the majority of the children in many parts of India are already immune to hepatitis A by the time they are 5 years old. This is because why? Because they don't take vaccine, they drink the water which is having hepatitis A. This is because they are exposed to the virus through the water. So under some these circumstances, would you take vaccine? The answer is no. Why? We are already immune. We have already the memory of that particular virus. Then why is the need of taking the vaccine? So I hope this topic is clear, and with this we have completed the chapter, and I hope you are making the notes. Thank you, students.